So it's election season once again here in the UK. I mean, what an absolute joke. I mean, politics has always been a joke, but the last 5 years have been absolutely crazy. I mean, not just here in the United Kingdom, but all over the world here. You know, there's probably not a country in the world right now where the political theatre, if you want to call it that, is a joke. Everywhere, literally everywhere, any part of the world, the whole thing is bleh. And you know, I used to get involved in a lot of political debates in my younger days. I used to get very heated and angry and emotional. But what a waste! What a waste of time! What a waste of energy! What a waste of emotion! Because I mean, I see it now. Hey, you know, you go on social media, you go out in the public or wherever, and you know they're having heated debates and heated arguments. And it's like rah, 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 and rah, 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 rah. I mean, like I said, I used to be one of those, but it's a waste of time. I just don't bother with politics anymore. I don't even offer my opinions anymore. I don't debate. I don't even offer my opinions anymore. But I'm going to make an exception for this video because, you know, everybody talks about democracy, and democracy is the best model. It's the greatest political model. Well, here's the thing. In theory, democracy is absolutely phenomenal. It is a great model. In practice, it's another ballgame. In practice, democracy has failed. Now, this isn't to say, well, the other political models are better. Democracy might be the best political model that we have right now, but that doesn't mean we can't improve upon it. That doesn't mean we can't think of a new model. That doesn't mean that we can't try and make it better, because it has failed. And, you know, there's, in my opinion, many reasons why it's failed. And I'll put forward a few right now. I mean, the first thing is democracy for the people, by the people. But half the people don't even understand the model. Half the people don't even know what democracy means. They don't even know. I mean, literally, if you were to ask people, how many people actually know how is an MP elected? How does an MP become leader of a political party? How does somebody become a prime minister? How many people actually know the process? Because when I ask people, they haven't got a clue. They haven't got a clue. I mean, for a long time, I didn't have a clue. I've got a legal background. And for a long time, I didn't understand how the political model worked. So that's one problem. You've got a system for the people, by the people, but the people don't even understand it. The second problem is half the people don't even vote. Half the people don't even vote. So then from the ones that do vote, half of them might vote for a political party that comes into, you know, becomes the winner. So essentially, only a quarter of the population have actually put that party into power. So it's not majority of the country, it's the majority of the people that voted, who might only be a small portion. But that's the fault of the people. If they're not going to vote, that's their fault. If they're not going to get involved, that's their fault. You know, maybe they're so impoverished, but who cares? It's their fault for not voting. Maybe they're so marginalized, so upset, so distressed with their life that they can't think to vote, but that's their fault. You know, if people don't vote, it's their fault, so you can't count that. Fine, fair enough. So you've got a system where people don't understand it. You've got a system where half the people don't even vote. But there's, you know, you could justify, well, that's their fault. But here's the real problem with democracy right now. And again, the theory is great, but in practice, this is the state of play right now. When I'm looking to vote, here are my options. Do I vote for this moron, or do I vote for that moron? You know, it's not about, well, who do I think is the best leader for me? Who do I believe in? Who do I think is worthy of being my leader? Who do I think believe is going to really transform this country and make it a better place? Who's going to bring in the best policies and make the world, the country a better place? It's none of that. It's, well, he's a moron, but he's a lesser moron than that moron. So I'm going to have to vote for this moron because there's no way in hell I can vote for that gigantic moron. And it's the same in America. Like, how many people voted for Donald Trump not because they believed in Donald Trump, but because they could not stand Hillary coming into power? And how many people voted for Hillary because they couldn't stand Donald Trump coming into power? And I see it right now. Now people are having this debate, and it's not about Boris Johnson is the best candidate. It's Jeremy Corbyn is a cunt. That's the language being used. And the people that are voting for Jeremy Corbyn are not, supporting Jeremy Corbyn. Is that they can't stand Boris Johnson being the Prime Minister. So we've got a model where we're not voting for who we believe in. We're voting for who's not the biggest dickhead of the lot. And you're telling me that's the best political model we can think of with all the creativity and talent on the planet? That's the best political model? I don't think so. So the model does need to change. We need to think of new ideas. We need to think of a new model. But politics is a joke. It's a joke. Politicians are clowns. Politics is a circus. But here's the thing. Politicians are nothing. You see, the real power, the real influence, it doesn't come from politicians. It comes from corporations. You see, corporations run the world, not countries. Corporations run the world, not politicians. The real power, the real influence is with the corporation. So if you really want to make a change, if you really want to do something, it's not going to come from voting. Yes, it will have some impact. So I'm not saying don't vote. Obviously, go out, vote for who you believe in, who you don't want to come in power. So it's important to vote. Make sure you do vote. But if you want real change on the planet, not just in your countries, but on the planet, it's not going to come from voting. It's not going to come from protesting. It's not going to come from canvassing. It's going to come from building businesses and then combining with other like-minded businesses and then creating a corporate empire, because it's the corporate empires that are running riot on the planet right now. Because how do you think these politicians get into power? Who funds them? Who are the lobbyists? Where does all that money come from? It's not just generated out of thin air. It comes from corporations. It comes from businesses. And because they've got so much money, because they've got so much power and so much influence, they can dictate terms, and they've got such strength in their lobbying. They can dictate terms more than any protest or vote will ever be able to do. So this concept of corporations running the world is something that we will be discussing more over the next few days and weeks. But that's my opinion on the political model. For me, democracy is a system of enslavement which best gives you the illusion of freedom. And I'm not going to debate this, guys, because like I said, my political days, getting emotional about politics, are long gone. You won't hear me say much about politics after this. I hope not anyway, but I'm going to leave you with that, guys. So I just want to know, honest answers from people. Honest answers. When you're going to vote, are you going to vote because you believe in the person that you're going to vote for? Or are you going to vote because you think it's a better option than the other idiot? So in other words, you don't like the person that you're voting for. You're voting for that person simply because you dislike the other person more. Let me know. Or if you genuinely are voting for somebody because you believe in them, what exactly is it about that person or that party that you're voting for? Or let me put it another way. Would you vote for the person if it was a simple yes or no? Yes, I want this person to be my leader. No, I do not want this person to be my leader. So it's got nothing to do with the opposition. It's got nothing to do with the other party. If it was simply a case of, here is the candidate. Do you want this person to be your leader? Do you not want to be your leader? Would it be a yes or no then? Or is it, like I said before, because the other person is so repulsive that you're willing to take the lesser of two evils? Let me know, guys. Take care. Bye bye.